based on the Bible. My question is, church, who's going to stand with the oppressed? All of us that say, where were the Christians when slavery was going on? Why weren't they standing with the slaves? I'm asking us, where are all the Christians? Who's going to stand with the unborn? Well, Mike, what about women's rights? What about unborn women's rights? See, I'm pro-women, but I'm pro-unborn women as well as born women. So people say, well, Mike, well, yeah, but that's convenient. Christians talk about pro-life in the womb, but what about from the womb to the tomb? Okay, let me tell you about our church. Okay, in our church, we do after school. I got a letter from report on Eastside High School. We've got programs that go, we have 100 mentors, over 200 total participants. This is a major program, all sorts of at-risk students. We target populations by God's grace. They had a graduation rate of only 37%. By God's grace, their graduation rate has increased to over 76%, with 100% of the seniors in our program graduating this past year. Listen, we're not just doing pro-life in the womb. We're pro-life to the tomb, okay? We've got this over Lincoln Middle School box tops. We raise stuff to be able to do stuff with these. Lincoln Middle School tutoring. We were able to watch Lincoln. When we started over at Lincoln Middle School, it had a C or D rating. We now have mentors. We now do after-school programs over there. We're trying to get the kids that are at risk, the kids that the evidence is, if the kids are on the street, they get pregnant more often. We're not just trying to fight abortion by trying to tell people, keep your babies. We're trying to keep people from getting pregnant. The C or D rated school a few years ago, and now, as of last year, Lincoln is an A school now. In the name of the Lord, glory to God. It's shalom. When his mission becomes our mission, there comes shalom. Here's Williams Elementary. Several years ago, we were asked to help pioneer a tutoring program initiative there, targeting third grade students who were in danger of being held back. And through the awesome grace of God and some of the stuff that we did, we are now at a spot. None of their kids that are in the programs have been held back. Every single one of the kids is making their way forward. I got a letter from Kanapahal. We just started doing stuff over at Kanapahal, and the work is similar thing that's happening. Friends, when his mission becomes our mission, the world is supposed to change. I'm asking, though, can we be a church that's going to say, God, we are not going to just talk smack. We're not just going to judge past generations for the ways that they fell short. Can we rise up and say, we will, and then ultimately it ends on proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. Allison's in here, I think. A few weeks ago, I got to go out with Created, and they'll go out on Friday nights and just look for the most vulnerable women in our city. And on that night, it was really cold, and so there was not a lot of women out. And I'm not used to being out that late at night, and I don't drink coffee, so it's hard to stay awake and all this. And there's Allison, and they've got just a crew of people that will go out and get involved in trying to find the women that other people have forgotten, the women that are stuck in the sex industry. And we're out there, and we're going around. And I remember one lady's walking down the street, and Allison's like, oh, pull over there. And so we pull over, and we're waiting, and the lady's walking this way, and we're over here, and they just start praying, oh, Jesus, those are our sisters. Those are our sisters. Bring her back. Let her come back around. Let her come so we can remind her how special she is to you. Let them come. And we were driving around, and we were driving all over town. I'm thinking, listen, man, there's nobody out. What are we, what's going on? And the answer was, if we don't go look for them, who else is going to go look for them? Because we serve a God who searches for us. And I got home, and I'd been sleeping. I got home, and I just couldn't go to sleep because I just kept thinking, like, man, Lord, when we weren't even looking for you, you were looking for us. Whether we lied and cheated and stole and fornicated and adulterated, or whether we were terrorists, whether we told little lies, whether we told big lies, whether we had abortions, whether we gossiped, whether we slandered, that he said, I want you to go tell everybody with the Spirit of God that I'm not coming to condemn them. I came to save them. I want you to go find those women that are in the streets, and I want you to look them in the eyes, and I want you to tell them, I want to accept you. That what I've done, that this day, this has been fulfilled, that what it takes to get right with God, it's not something you can do anyway. It's already something Jesus did. And if you can believe it, then you'll get right. And friends, I'm asking us as a church, would we be willing to be God's hands and God's feet? Would we be willing to adopt his mission as our mission? And friends, this is where it ends, because on that day of Jubilee, there was a trumpet call that went out. There was a shofar sound that was made. And it was done on the Day of Atonement. It was really ironic that Jubilee was supposed to happen on the very day that the sins were atoned for. That was the day that everybody went free. The Jubilee sound would go. And now there was hope for the prisoners and freedom for the captives. Debts were paid and sins were atoned for. And if you're here and you need God's Jubilee, call out to him. And if you're here and you are his, and you've got the right worship and you've got the right identity, but it's time to get on mission, I am calling you today. Go join us. Go join us in the juvenile detention center. Go join us in the jails. Go join us on the streets. Open up your home for a microchurch. Open up your pocketbook for people that don't have. Open up your cup to those that have nothing. Why? So that you can earn God's favor? No, because you've already got God's favor. If you're his, then act like him, because the Spirit of the Lord is on us.